It was an incredibly bad day to be a North Korean boat builder last week, and an even worse day to be one this week, as 4 people have just been arrested for a botched boat launch. North Korea attempted to launch their shiny new 5,000-ton warship last week, which was supposed to be the crown jewel of their navy. But instead of a grand debut, the ship literally capsized halfway through the reveal, right in front of Kim Jong-un. Not only is this embarrassing, it was also being live streamed at the time. North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un condemned it as a serious accident, calling it a criminal act that could not be tolerated. Because of course, somebody must be blamed, and probably... Embarrassment and scary punishment aside, arrests have been made, the plot surely thickens, Russia is involved as always, and I'm wondering what this was all for anyway. What's going on up there in North Korea? Let's get into it. If you're new here, hey, I'm Evie, make sure you subscribe. We do 5 videos a week on everything happening all around the world, and every time a new person subscribes, a fairy gets its wings. Worth it, I reckon. The ill-fated ship launch event took place in the eastern port city of Cheongjin, and had all the bells and whistles you'd expect from a North Korean spectacle. Lots of flags, lots of people waving and stuff, all in unison, all very organized. It was supposed to be a celebration, but the ship capsized and was severely damaged almost immediately. Satellite images show us the extent of the damage, and yeah, I'm no expert, but that looks pretty bad. Not really looking like a functioning war vessel. Kim Jong-un, who saw the entire disaster unfold, called it a shame to the nation's prestige and promised to hold those responsible accountable. It's honestly incredibly rare for North Korea to report on failures, but according to the Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, a glitch in the launch system caused the back end of the still unnamed 5,000-ton destroyer to slide into the water too early. The mishap crushed parts of the hull and left the front of the ship awkwardly stuck on the shipway. Kim Jong-un said the launch failure was a criminal act, and he blamed it on absolute carelessness and irresponsibility by multiple state institutions, including the Munitions Industry Department, Kim University of Technology, and the Central Ship Design Bureau. State media reported on Friday that the damage to the warship wasn't as bad as it looks. It's not as bad as we first thought. There aren't any holes in the hull, though the starboard side got pretty scratched up. They also admitted that a certain amount of seawater leaked into the stern. They also didn't report on any casualties or injuries that may have happened as a result, but that is standard for the incredibly secretive state. Kim Jong-un has ordered the destroyer to be repaired and restored before June, calling it a matter of national honor. North Korean reports say the repairs could take up to 10 days, but analysts are pretty skeptical about that. The satellite images seem to show the warship covered in blue tarps, which makes it difficult for experts to determine the full extent of the damage. I also love the idea of just chucking a tarp on it. Deal with it later. A former US Navy captain thinks that repair work could actually take up to 6 months. If North Korea is known for one thing though, it certainly isn't warships. It's more likely known for its extreme punishments for those it deems criminals. 4 people have been arrested for the incident, including Lee Hyung-sun, who is the deputy director of the ruling Workers' Party's Munitions Industry Department. It's a very high-ranking position. That commission commands the Korean People's Army and is responsible for developing and implementing North Korea's military policies. So it's important. It's a really important job. KCNA reported that he was largely responsible for the serious accident. Over the weekend, Pyongyang arrested 3 officials from the Cheongjin shipyard, where the destroyer was built and the launch went wrong. The detainees include the chief engineer, the construction head, and an administrative manager. It's unclear what their punishments will be, but North Korea is known to hand down forced labor or even execution. In North Korea, you can face extreme punishment for watching a South Korean DVD or even making international phone calls. It's also incredibly difficult to get real reports and confirmation of what's going on up there. In the mid-2000s, there were even unverified reports that public executions were still taking place, with one factory worker allegedly being executed by firing squad in front of more than 150,000 spectators for making 13 international phone calls. Under the North Korean system, if one person in your family does something wrong or commits a crime against the regime, then the entire family can be sent away to a prison camp. So although it's unclear what sort of punishment these 4 men will face, the world can only assume it'll be quite bad. There's also some mystery about the ship itself. Based on its size, the South Korean military believe the new warship is similar to the 5,000-ton destroyer-class vessel Choi-hyun, which North Korea launched last month. Pyongyang has said the Choi-hyun is equipped with the most powerful weapons and that it would enter into operation early next year. Seoul's military suggested that the Choi-hyun might have been developed with help from Russia, possibly as part of a deal where Pyongyang sent thousands of troops to support Moscow in the Ukraine conflict. Which I don't know if you remember, a bunch of North Korean soldiers showed up, saw porn for the first time, and were like, I'm not gonna fight today actually, I'm quite busy. Hardened soldiers, indeed. I'm not making this up, by the way. Financial Times foreign affairs commentator Gideon Rackman said, "A usually reliable source tells me that the North Korean soldiers who have deployed to Russia have never had unfettered access to the internet before. As a result, they are gorging on pornography." It's not funny, sorry. Sorry, it's not funny. Analysts believe that the warship involved in the sinking mishap could also have been built with Russian assistance. And also, I know, I wish we could get through one video without mentioning Russia as well, okay? But it is what it is. North Korea and Russia's relationship has sort of fallen under the radar, but it's been steadily getting more cozy in recent years. The war in Ukraine has brought Russia and North Korea way closer together, with Russia needing ammunition for its war effort and North Korea needing, like, food and energy and military tech. This growing partnership is creating headaches for the US and its allies in Europe and the Indo-Pacific region. In Europe, North Korea's support could help Putin gain an edge over Ukraine, especially as questions swirl around US backing. Meanwhile, in Asia, Russian military technology might boost North Korea's military satellite, nuclear submarine, and ICBM programs. The two countries' latest love affair started with letters back in 2022 between Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin. Putin was like, hey, America, am I right? I wish you were here. You get it. And then Kim Jong-un was like, yes, you know I've been preying on their downfall since like the 50s. What do you need, twin? Here for you, XO. And then Putin was like, just some whips. Just need some whips. I'll give you some food. Great plan. Love ya. This quickly escalated into Russia purchasing weapons from North Korea. And by 2024, the two most narcissistic dick swingers on earth got together and signed a brand new deal, a comprehensive strategic partnership with Russia and North Korea, echoing the old days when North Korea was first established with Russian backing. This growing partnership is a serious concern for the international community, as it does raise the risk of regional conflict and it threatens to disrupt the current global order. So what is the takeaway? North Korea's disastrous ship launch is more than just an embarrassing moment. It's a snapshot of a regime struggling to keep up appearances while its military maybe is crumbling behind the scenes. But at the same time, the growing North Korea-Russia alliance raises red flags for global stability, posing challenges from Ukraine to the Indo-Pacific. For now though, this incident will go down as one of the more public flops in North Korea's carefully crafted image of military strength. It's a harsh reminder that even the most secretive regimes can't fully hide their vulnerabilities. Bye!